Hello collectors, it's Steven here with a double review of Bowser and the first release of Bowser Jr. from the World of Nintendo line from Jakks Pacific. One of the first 6-inch deluxe figures and his 4-inch son, these two famous Mario baddies are perfect for your World of Nintendo or SH Figuart shelf. Or are they? For a combined total MSRP of about $24.99, could these figures hold any value at all, or are they just cheap junk? You just might be surprised. Or maybe not. Enough of the lead on. Let's take a look to see whether or not they're worth adding into your collection. Since this is a double review, we're going to look at both figures in each section, starting with Senior. Bowser's a big figure, and it really captures the look of the guy from around the Mario Sunshine to New Super Mario Bros. Era. However, keep in mind, sculpt will only get you so far, because Bowser's paint apps leave a lot to be desired on close inspection. Far away, not too much, but you'll be handling this, so he's going to be up close. Thankfully, the head gets away for the most part, only with some minor issues like eyebrow paint bleeding into the eyes or odd quality white spray, but at this price there have to be some drawbacks when you factor everything in. Other points though, you have to ask exactly what happened, like a scratch mark in the mouth. The bands around the biceps and wrist aren't the greatest either, with lots of rubs on the spikes. Claw paint isn't much to write home about either, but it looks worse in pictures here than it actually does in real life. You may have noticed random black spots throughout the figure so far, and it's kind of aggravating because there's no real reason for them to be there. It kinda looks like dirt. Here's a little look at the toe claws. Here you go, kinda sloppy, not too much to say here. But not as much as the shell. The spikes have random paint mixed in, as if there were two different colors for the actual base coloration of the spikes, and also for some reason some of the spikes have blue paint mixed in. Then when we're actually taking a look at the shell, there's green paint overlapping the white rim, and clear swirls of darker paint in there. So you have this look of a lighter green mixed with a darker green, almost as if that was patchwork that was done. Why? I don't know. It looks like a cheap amateur paint job. Oh, also take note that some of these spike tips are also rubbed straight from the packaging due to how it was packaged. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this guy. From far away, he don't look so bad, but up close, you notice a lot of flaws, which is really upsetting because it does seem like there was no quality control here. Now, Junior here in what looks to be his new Super Mario Bros. Appearance. At least that's where the bib's from. There are two releases of Junior here, one with a bob-omb and open hands, and one with a brush with fists. If you look at the promo pictures, the second release has the bib from Sunshine, which would be fitting, but licensing and whatnot actually prevented that from happening, so both releases have the same bib. Anyway, Junior looks nice, but unfortunately has some of the problems his dad has. Some spots are good, others not exactly so much. The head is a good example of this, where the eyes, the eyebrows, the spikes, and so forth look nicely done, but there are some odd mold lines which are sad, and some of the paint applications are questionable close up. However, for the size and the price point, that's pretty alright. But there are no printing issues when we look at the bib whatsoever. Awesome. None. No scratches, nothing. Going back up, the ponytail on the head features great sculpt details with nice orange paint application as well. The main body is pretty unremarkable, to be honest, until we get to the shell. Like Daddy, some odd choices here with paint application where we get some darker colors and some lighter colors. All in all, not a bad little figure for $10.99. Like I said before, this Junior comes with a bob-omb, so here's a look at that accessory. Now this one is a little bit smaller than the 2.5-inch scale one, so I don't know if this will have its own release. So if you're looking to get this, you're going to have to get this release of Bowser Jr. Now I may not be correct on that because I'm having a hard time finding some information on World of Nintendo stuff. So if somebody knows whether or not you can buy this specific bob-omb at retail, please drop that in the comments down below. Bowser's articulation is pretty limited, but that is due to the design. So if you want a super articulated Bowser, unfortunately there's not really one on the market for you. But this Bowser does move around a little bit. So what do we got? The neck doesn't really move around too much, but you can sort of wiggle his head around. I mean, not really worth mentioning, but hey, you can. You can't really twist and turn it, so don't really try, you might snap it off. For the shoulders, we can spin them around. I'm unsure exactly what the joint is. It does seem like a swivel hinge combo. That's what it looks like anyway. You can see a little bit of a hinge there. I don't know if it maybe plugs in to the system here on the inside, maybe on a ball joint. I don't know, but effectively you get swivel hinge movement. You don't get true ball joint movement. For the elbows, we get hinges, as you can see there. For the wrists, we only get hinge movement, but they do plug in, which is weird. You'd think that they'd add in swivels. Maybe there are swivel joints there. Maybe there are some, but I don't want to risk it. So for me, they're just hinges. Then last up, we do have hip joints. These do seem to be swivel hinges. Because if you see here, you can spin them around, but you can't actually rock them around, and they do move in one solid direction like that. So that's pretty cool. And then swivel tail, as you can see there. Now, something to note, listen carefully, kind of sounds like Bowser's hollow in some spots. So you can see, or rather here, on the legs, hollow, tail kind of solid. That's weird. But anyway, you can slightly change up Bowser's expression. So if you're a serious collector and you want to have him maybe get real aggressive with a Mario on your display, you can. Or if you're a kid and you just want him to roar at Mario or something during playtime and just crash him into a Mario figure, you can absolutely do that. Junior's articulation is pretty straightforward. We have a swivel at the neck. Can spin that all the way around if you want. We have a swivel hinge combo at the shoulder. So this way, you pretty much get ball joint movement, which is pretty cool, except for you don't actually get ball joint movement, as you can see there. You can't rock it around. Then at the wrists, we also get swivel hinge. It's a little bit of a hinge there, but we can swivel the wrists around. Hips, swivel hinge once again. Pretty neat. Then for the ankles, we get a hinge, no swivel there. And for the tail, we get a hinge, and we get a little bit of a swivel there that can spin all the way around. It's very tight on mine. So, yeah, I don't want to force that in case I'm going to accidentally break something. And that's about everything that moves on little Bowser Jr. here. Now, the Bob-omb. On the bigger one that's available at retail, the wind-up key here does move. This one does not. Let's see if I can show you why you don't want to move this. You can see a little bit of the paint starting to, there we go, right there at the bottom, come undone from just trying to twist and turn it just a little bit to see if it actually did move, because if you do try to move it around, it does kind of look like it begins to move. But anyway, no, it does not. So you don't want to do that. So that is the articulation for Bowser Jr. and the Bob-omb, which doesn't have any at all. So just enough to get Bowser Jr. maybe into a couple neat poses. And the size comparison with some other Mario characters and some Smash Brothers characters, because let's be honest, we all love Smash. As you can see, Bowser is quite the big figure, and Junior just fits in well enough. If you're looking to fit them into a Smash or a Mario display, you will have no problems. So, buy now, skip, or wait for that deal. Bowser is a nice, big, hefty figure for $15 at MSRP, with drawbacks some will find acceptable, others will hate, and I'm somewhere in the middle ground. The paint apps do the figure no favors, but the size is what you're going after with this lug. Junior clocks in at a nice in-scale size with 2 different lines, with a great accessory either for himself or for a general Mario enemy. At MSRP, both figures are good in their own right, with Bowser being the better choice between it and the SH Figuarts. I won't even touch that one until I see it for a hell of a good deal, but at aftermarket prices for $60 or so for the World of Nintendo one, nah, not worth it. If you can find them for a really good deal as close to MSRP as possible, I think you'll walk away one happy camper. Well, that's it for this video, but that doesn't mean you need to close out just yet. There are a few other videos that just popped up on your screen, so go ahead and click on those to watch some more of my videos, and then there's the description to check out, where I've linked to where you can get this figure or others like it, and the credits to see how this video was made, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, collectors, and I'll catch ya in the next video.